Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Olinski and I've traded the sunshine and seaside of Cape Town, South Africa for the rolling hills and cozier life here in Oxfordshire, England. In my very first video on this channel, we spoke about the big move, but today we are going to be speaking about the transition and what it's been like the last 14 months. And then there's also a mixture of update on the channel and what you can expect going forward into the future. What it's been like in Oxfordshire is not what I expected. Given my channel is a developing channel, I asked AI to ask me questions based on my circumstance. Given that I had moved, what we can expect from the channel, and it had offered me quite a few questions, which I am going to select from right now and then answer. So grab a warm drink and maybe some nibbles because I got some biscuits over here, and let's get into it. The landscape. Apart from the obvious difference of the green, beautiful rolling hills in the countryside and the village that I live in versus Table Mountain, the ocean and the winelands that Cape Town has to offer, I find living here that the landscape is very untamed. There is sightings of local wildlife and it's quite unpredictable. Like, for example, we can have a random sighting of deer or foxes when you're out and about on a walk out in the forest or woodlands or on trails and footpaths that we have in and around the village that we reside in. The winters are definitely very different to what I've experienced before. The winters that I've experienced in Cape Town is warmer compared. Last year was my first winter here in Oxfordshire, and the temperature, the lowest was -7. The upside is that we get snow and it is as beautiful as what you imagine. We didn't get as much snow as what I thought we would get. So if we're weighing it up from a ratio perspective, it's colder versus the snow that we get. So that's definitely been different. The other thing in addition to that is that there is something that I call the long night. And with the long night, the sun sets around 3:30 and then rises 7:30 the next day. 7:30, 8 o'clock. I stand under correction, and I think it starts in December. We spend festive season in the long night, and then in addition to that, it can get pretty cold, colder than what I'm accustomed to. Third thing is the people and the pass-by communication. In South Africa, whether you're walking past a stranger or whether you are checking out your groceries at the supermarket, you would normally say, "Hi, how's it?" Or the person behind the till or whoever is assisting you in store would say, "Hi, how's it?" And you would respond and you'd say, "Hi, I'm fine," or "I'm well, thank you, how are you?" Yeah, people say hiya. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. So if I am pronouncing it incorrectly, I apologize. But it sounds to my ears, hi, yeah, as in like, how are you? That's how I first interpreted it. But it actually is just hiya. And it means hello. If someone wants to know how you're doing, they would ask you the question, "You good?" And you would then respond with saying, "I'm well," or "I'm fine," or so forth, etc. And you. So I made the mistake of thinking when someone said to me, "Hiya," that they were asking me how, like, hi, how am I? Honestly, this is one of the reasons why I love YouTube. There is no place to hide. It forces you to ask yourself hard questions like, are you being consistent? Can you be consistent? And that has definitely been something that I've had to look at and work on I'm learning more that YouTube is the place for me. It offers me the most space to be creative and I enjoy it the most. And I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. What's changed the most is I think that my video presentation is a bit different. My storytelling is a bit different. And I've also grown in confidence from my very first video to now. Because the channel is a developing channel, I'm going to be leaning more into lifestyle. For example, a period in my life, a morning or a day in the life with me, etc., etc. In addition, is focusing on seasonal living and sharing my experience, especially all of the first experiences that I am now embracing, and then what's in store, because I enjoy going into stores and seeing what stores have to offer and engaging in the store experience. I'm going to be sharing a lot more of that type of content. And then I'm also going to keep sharing home content and recipe content. And then I'm going to be introducing skincare or skin wellness, like morning routines and night routines, and something I call a session. More to come on that in the future. So those are the things that I'm excited about that I am going to be sharing on the channel. When I'm going to be doing this is my goal is to have my long form video up every Wednesday and a short form video up every Sunday. My hope with doing all of the above that I've mentioned is to inspire wellness, not just skin wellness, but all types of wellness across the board, and as well as self-prioritizing and homemaking. Because the purpose of sharing my channel and sharing my experiences and sharing content that I'm going to be sharing is to create a community. I've always been a community person. I love speaking to people. I love listening to people. I love engaging with people. I think it's such a beautiful thing to get to know someone and how different and how beautifully different people can be. So that is one of the reasons why I want to build a community. We all have struggles, and I sincerely want this place to be a safe place for us to discuss and touch on all of the topics that I've mentioned that I'm going to be covering, and more. Transparently, what I'm currently struggling with is my skincare. When I came to England, at the time I was using Clinique. I have on and off used Clinique from the age of 27. And it's not Clinique's fault. I'm the problem, it's me, for sure. I always get bright ideas of using or giving another company or another brand a chance, especially if it's a small business and offering vegan skincare. I always want to give someone an opportunity and always want to try out new things. And then I end up or tend to step out on the products I know work for me. And what happened was I went to a beauty show, I think it was last year sometime, and the lady opening sales pitch was, you cannot reverse your skin aging, but you can restore and revitalize your skin. That was her opening line. Good, right? I decided to give this vegan skincare brand a chance, and the outcome wasn't as I'd hoped. It was disappointing to say the least. I ended up with rashes across my face, more so because I have sensitive skin, and the online skin tests don't really work well for me. So I don't know what I was thinking. That was my experience, and then I felt fearful of using another skincare brand or any skincare on my skin. And I have not been using skincare for I think 6 months now. But I do have to get back into it, and that is something that I am going to be focusing on. So I'm going to go back to Clinique. Hi Clinique, I'm back. And I'm going to start off with 3-step before I evolve and grow that into anti-aging. The other thing is my diabetes 2 remission. I'm currently waiting on the results I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, which I will link all the videos that I'm referencing below. I mentioned in that video that I was going to be doing a test to test where my diabetes is at. That test has happened, it's come and gone. I'm now currently waiting for the results thereof. I'm nervous, and the mental that comes with that is taxing, I think, because one has put a lot of effort in, a lot of energy and time in going into remission, and I really hope, fingers crossed, that that is the outcome. If not, I would just have to dust off and start again and keep on keeping on like I have been keeping on. But it is one of the things that I am struggling with currently, but I'll keep you guys posted. As cliche as it sounds, I'm going to say it anyway. Consistency is key. Yes, it can be repetitive and not exciting at times, but it does produce results. Effort given is effort gained. That's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned. The other is looking after yourself and prioritizing yourself are two completely different things. Also understanding the gravity of nourishment versus consumption, and how to incorporate discipline when it comes to nourishment, and understanding when I'm consuming rather than nourishing. So those are the three things that I've learned. I want to welcome all the new members to the community. I see you. Thank you for subscribing, and I'm excited and delighted to have you here. My goal before the year is out, and I know it's not a lot of time, there's 2 months before the year is out because we are on the 3rd of November today. My goal for 2025 still is to reach 100 community members, and I hope that I achieve that goal. Fun fact about me, I am a chatterbox. I can chat a donkey's head off, honestly, if you give me the opportunity. I love chatting, I love talking to people, I love listening to people's stories. I think it's what makes the world go round, at least in my opinion. I love listening to people and how they grew up and what their experiences have been like in certain instances, and yeah, I love all of that. So I'm a chatterbox, yeah. Behind the scenes, when capturing I think it's pre-autumn video, I was out in Chipping Norton, and that day, I don't know how it happened, but I met a few people. I met an artist, and she was exhibiting her work at an art gallery in Chipping Norton, and we got chatting, and she was explaining how she had immigrated to the UK and how she had gotten into art. On the same day, literally maybe 30 minutes after that encounter, I met another lady at a coffee area in a grocery store, and we just started chatting about books and the books that she liked, and she ended up telling me about her son and where he lives, and that chat lasted up to 10-15 minutes. Those are the fun behind the scene things that happen that I don't always get a chance to capture. I don't have one creator. I've got a few from different countries that I am inspired by. In the UK, I watch Ellen Miller. I found her, or the algorithm had suggested her to me, and I started watching her content, and I think from where she was to where she is, her story is inspiring. I haven't had the opportunity to watch all of her content, but I think her growth and involvement over the years has definitely been inspiring. And then Molly May is one of the ladies that I also watch. I actually started watching her in South Africa. I now watch all of her stuff on Prime. If she does post vlogs, I watch her vlogs as well. I think her story is inspiring as well, and how she had navigated the content sphere, and how she had built that into something that is sustainable for herself and her family. And her daughter's really cute as well, so that's a bonus. And then in South Africa, Stephanie, I think her surname is Marie. What I'll do is I'll link all of the channels below. I started watching her content because they would do trips to small towns in South Africa, And now she is also sharing lifestyle, which is great. And she reminds me a little bit of home. And it's been inspiring to watch her growth and involvement over the years as well. And then Buddy Moon on the weekend, when I have a bit more time, I'll watch for the travel content. Of course, and then in the US, I enjoy Rachel Aldridge's content. I'm a stan fan of hers and just how effortless she makes her home making and her wholesome content come to life. It's been amazing to watch her grow and evolve over the years as well. And then Kira and Nate, I also watch them for the travel content and things they get up to. And their journey's been inspiring in itself, coming from where they came from and where they are today. Huge difference. So yeah, I'm actually looking for Australian content creators or vloggers. If you have any suggestions, please drop it in the comments below. This is an amazing question and I love this question. I have autumn vlogs coming before we get into Vlogmas. I don't know if I'm ready for Vlogmas, but I would like to try and prove to myself that I can. So I'm going to be doing Vlogmas this year. I'm going to be sharing decorating the tree, sharing my motivation behind having my Christmas mood board, so much more. And I think I did share Christmas decorations, or I cited Christmas decorations in one of my previous vlogs, which I'll also link below. If you're looking for Christmas inspiration, hopefully you'll find Christmas inspiration from that video. I popped into BMM, I popped into MS, I popped into the range, and I popped into Primark. So there's a variety of Christmas decorations, and that was about, I think, end of September, which is really early from a Christmas perspective, but that's when all the shops had started displaying the Christmas stuff. So I hope you get all the good things and that your Christmas mood board comes to life. I don't have a catchphrase. Maybe it's something that I should work on. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I should work on a catchphrase. I wanted to ask you guys how you felt about me calling you gems. I just feel like everyone that watches the channel is a gem to me. And that is where I came up with the concept of having our tribe being called gems. Or suggest names and I will collate those names and put it in the poll section and ask everyone to vote for a community name on this channel. I'm going to wrap up the catch up with you guys here. If you are excited and would like to spend Vlogmas with me, please hit the subscribe button and then please let me know in the comments below what videos you would like to see for Vlogmas, and I will add it to the list of videos that I'm going to create for the upcoming season, which I am so excited about. Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year. And I can't wait to get started on Vlogmas. I can't wait to celebrate Christmas. Christmas does look a bit different than what it did all the other years. And it's something that I struggled with a little bit last year because it was our first Christmas away from home and family and friends. And I definitely had my moment last year, but this year I was like, I'm not going to be melancholy. I'm going to embrace it for what it is and for where we are, and I am going to immerse myself in the Christmas spirit. So I look forward to sharing it with you guys and for you to come along the journey with me and have us inspire one another during this festive jolly time. I've had the best time chatting to you guys, and I look forward to seeing all your feedback in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.